of T1, whereas for T1, you know, the center and rumble have just been standard bans.
Yeah, well, we've got the Corki answer to the Tristana that we haven't necessarily liked all that much, but the Zyra will come in. This has seen so many bans. Yeah, the other school of thought is picking up the Zeri. They can continue to flex that if they would like to, although I don't know whether the Zeri-Renekton matchup goes quite as well as the Cassante variety. And speaking of which, it's going to be an all-Shurima topside as the Cassante will be locked in. So,
in particular,
this Bard pick does make sense for the laning phase, and we've seen already what Keria can do with this in the series against BLG, who was able to bring that game back. And what part of why T1 are here in the first place in this finals, I have to lean towards top esports draft here. So many engaged threats, the brush setups for neutral where LPL teams in this tournament have had incredible vision control, and T1 has struggled around those mid-game objectives. And that is where Owner is going to have to utilize that small advantage. When you already have this Renekton top side here, I do feel like top esports have a lot of power to control those early grubs. So that's what I really have my eye on in this game. You get those early grubs for top esports. Just on a side lane threat is something that T1's draft does not match right now, really in any way. So I think that's going to be a huge goal. As Zeus taking some early damage as well. That's the power level 1 Renekton.
yeah, just 369 walking him down there as Keria going to throw a Cosmic Binding in. Not too much else going to happen as 369 is going to jump scare Owner from the brush.
That might be
he
a bit
does
far.
step on the plants as well. That could really delay the start, but he might have to, yeah, get himself out of here. Is going to be able to do so safely, but sacrifices a whole bunch of his health bar.
I guess we'll see whether it works out being with it in the end.
Ooh, heal actually going to be utilized on both sides here as the battle for lane control on the bottom side of the map starts off at almost 2 minutes in. Very, very early. So far, it is control here for top esports. As now Faker is looking for a solo kill. He flashes over the damage of the rocket jump, and now the minions are doing so much work. Blood picked up with the help of his friends, and Cream on the board so early.
Like, if you don't have pressure in the matchup, that's one thing, but to end up going down here and you see the level up from Cream, he focuses on that. The stats are coming, the extra help, and the rocket jump does force Faker to flash away from it, and then he gets
back some control, but you can see the gold lead starting to stack up as the magical journey is very short. Cosmic Binding's going to come through still. The flash forward, and Tien is going to help Mako try and lock down this kill onto the bar. There's the last auto, and there's the second kill for top esports.
So much value coming out, and now Guma is in so much trouble. He has sums, but no one there to help him. This is a really easy dive.
Well, let's see what they can actually do here, how clean it's going to be as he dashes through the turret. Mako tanks it up, and it is absolutely free here for top esports for T1. We'll see what they can do to try and mitigate it. This is not necessarily looking good as the Winter's Bite going to connect onto Keria. Gets himself through the wall with the magical journey, and Owner is walking his way down. Information though with that ward and the tri-brush does mean happen as Tien moving down here towards the bottom lane once again. Gumayusi gets the dash off, good Cosmic Binding.
They haven't been able to make a move towards that dragon. They obviously lost out when it came to the grubs overall. And with this pressure, you can see bot and mid. They're gonna try and make a gank happen though.
Yeah, Keria comes on over with the magical journey, flashes through the Winter's Bite as now JackeyLove's in so much trouble. Gumayushi's gonna pick up the first one for T1, and that's exactly who you want the money going to. As now Tien looking to try and answer as Faker under his inner turret. That's a very optimistic gank, but they're still going to get so much free time with this outer.
They want to get something out of it. Unfortunately, Daisy not going to have the same explosive impact as the ult coming out from Owner. That's how you want to use that. Meanwhile, Faker...
yeah, arrow comes in. Owner is going to turn up, though. They do manage to get the plants out as Cream. He's slowed down, but he's out of turret range, and that is going to be the successful kill onto Faker.
But so does Tian there in the mid lane. We'll go back to this arrow, launched from the main base here. It's a Hail Mary. If it doesn't hit, then you back off. But if Faker gets caught by this, it's an easy kill. Owner trying to shadow this, but unfortunately will not be able to offer anything back. Faker's super frustrated. Had the flash of it.
T1's going to have to find some explosions here in the mid game. This is not necessarily looking like it's going their way, though, as Zeus fighting with 369. Daisy gets amongst it. She should be able to get a knock up here as the flash comes in. The all-out is down as well, but I think Zeus is going to struggle to get himself out of this. Does get the shield back, but still, he's going to be taken out. Teleport a little bit late here, but it's still coming through as Faker wanting to clean this one up. The big one comes down. Flash comes out from 369. There's another rocket does come on through, but Daisy is just being so frustrating here for the Yordle. Does get the 50 goal, but Tien is still chasing after him. A few more autos. There's the the flash. Phosphorus bomb, and it doesn't matter. TN just gets it.
It's Tristana who's that side lane threat. Nothing is T1 sided in this game as Zeus tries to pull him in with the all out, but just ends up getting chunked down. 369, so much damage output, and then Faker coming in with a late teleport here. It's so late that 369 can then flash this, and look at Tian getting the root here, allowing 369 to get out, even giving the brush just in case. He's got those empowered autos coming through as well with this brush, and Faker just doesn't have the damage. See you later.
It's so frustrating just to get walked down by an Ivan with red buff and just autoed to death as he's like prancing about.
Got unlimited money at 14 minutes into the game as the plates fall. He doesn't care.
100 gold.
Yeah. Then now Zeus isolated here. Faker has to come over.
Yeah, meanwhile, under the bottom side, it is going to be 369. Oh, he catches the arrow, and JackeyLove is able to take down Owner from downtown. Oh, that's just unfair. They're still able to keep pushing forward, but that is damage done. And T1 are going to still try and trade, right? Because they lost an inner turret on the top side. They are priced into this, but they're going to run out of minions. And now 369's going for it. Oh no! Cleanse comes in. He gets cut up. It is going to be the turret falling, but was it worth it? I don't think so. Faking out desperately, trying to defend this inner, but that one's going to fall at the same time.
Where's for T1?
Yeah, the fact that he had turret aggro when he gets hit by the arrow as well is just absolutely insane. We're going to have a look at it one more time here. As, yep, JackeyLove just notices the situation happening, and it is so hard for the Zyra not to have turret aggro.
Yeah, I mean, they've just completely slaughtered it. And the fact that the Tristana is so strong and the Ivan has a lot of gold, now they are looking for 369 on the top side, but the wave's gone.
Yep, that's it's a lot of people up here. And the Crocodile, like you say, doesn't have a lot of minions to contend with, but there is Shelly that's going to pop her way in. An arrow is going to sail by as the Magical Journey is going to be there. Carrier gets his way out with the Magical Journey, but meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Zeus is getting the same treatment. He does have access to his all-out as Tien looks to try and get him. There's the kill in the 1v3. The man still got it as he dashes over the wall. Still, Cream's got a rocket jump. He'll be able to follow it up, but a 1-for-1 in the bottom lane. It's going to feel less and less relevant with luxury items like that being built up. Still, T1 looking for a team fight. Mako throws down the door, and the arrow is going to connect once again. It's on to Owner as he's taken down to half health. The redemption comes in and he has nowhere to go. Knocked into the sky and taken down. There's a fight on the bottom side of the map as well, as Gumayushi has to ult just to try and defend this inhibitor turret pre-20 minutes. Faker now fighting against 369, keeps himself alive as Zeus is there as his defender. 369 almost getting there. We pop back and Faker is able to end it in the end.
They've started to find little ways to get advantages in return. This is an example of one of them where 369 just isn't quite able to stick on Faker long enough. Obviously gets his burst off here, but then Faker able to use his flash pretty effectively over the wall, and then Zeus comes in for some really clutch peel. Got close at the end, to be honest, but not quite. You don't have items on Faker. He has completed, those two, but he's still super far behind compared to Cream. And as well, in this game, as a Corki, into a Braum, into an Ivan, so much of your damage can be blocked.
Oh, there's a Tempered Fate, though. They're going to look to see whether they can grab themselves a pick. The Extender Beam comes in, but JackeyLove just flashes away. The arrow comes through, and Zeus is the one taking all of the fire. Generally, that's an okay thing for the tank, but they have so much damage that he just melts. And now Top Esports freely move over towards a 30-second-old Baron.
We've seen what Carrier can do to turn these games around, but unfortunately this time on the bar, they catch JackeyLove, but the follow-up damage isn't there. All he has to do is flash away. Top Esports complete control here.
Yeah, Baron is going to be secured. They might be able to get themselves a little bit of a kill off the back end, but it's not even going to happen. They can do so comfortably with the fact that Cream is so huge, and Tien can give him those little pockets of safety with these brushes, and oh my goodness, the explosive damage is absurd. JackeyLove is going to tank the Tempered Fate and isn't too worried about it. Now Nexus turrets are just falling left, right, and center. Only one remaining here as Top Esports, an absolute statement here in game number one. Here's that last-ditch effort for T1, but it is too little, and it is going to be too late as Top Esports, they should make quick work of this last remaining turret and then get to work on the Nexus. Absolute domination from the undefeated team here at EWC. And is that going to continue? It's what it kind of looks like after this.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely had some issues with the draft on T1 side, but in terms of gameplay, this was such a massive advantage in Top Esports' favor. It just felt clinical. It felt like every point of the game they were pushing the advantage. Really well played.
It was insane. But now it's time to go to a short break, and after that, the studio is going to break it down.